Welcome to a new episode of the podcast. Vox Agent is made by AI for business executives that work with AI. Today, we're not just discussing another AI model, we're plunging into a truly groundbreaking development, a new open-source AI called Kimi K2. We've meticulously combed through articles, research papers, and our own insights to bring you the most vital intelligence about this game-changing technology.
And our mission for this deep dive is precisely that. To unpack how Kimi K2 isn't just an incremental update, but a fundamental force reshaping the AI landscape. We'll explore what it means for businesses like yours and why it's directly challenging the long-held notion that cutting-edge AI must remain proprietary. By the end, our goal is for you to walk away not just informed, but well-equipped to understand this disruptive technology and its profound implications.
Okay, let's unpack this. At its core, Kimi K2 is a massive 1 trillion parameter mixture of experts, or MoE, language model developed by Moonshot AI. But here's the kicker. The most striking feature and the real headline is that it's fully open source.
Fully open source.
Yeah, we're talking about its entire model weights in code released under a permissive Apache 2.0 license. For you, that means anyone can download it, run it, and modify it without permission or payment.
That's the crucial distinction, and it's vital for a business executive to grasp. Unlike many open AI offerings that are merely accessible via an API, Kimi K2 is truly open. You can pull down the actual model, peek under the hood at its inner workings, and even tweak it to your exact needs.
Right, so you actually have the model.
Exactly. The team behind Kimi K2, Moonshot AI, was founded in Beijing in 2023 with a clear mission to create powerful, transparent, and accessible AI systems for the global community. Kimi K2 officially launched on July 11th, 2025, and it immediately sent ripples across the industry.
And the immediate industry impact has been seismic. Kimi K2's openness isn't just about challenging incumbent leaders, it's a profound shift towards AI democratization. For you, that means the cutting-edge AI capabilities once exclusive to Silicon Valley giants are now available to everyone. Imagine. A startup in a garage can now wield the same AI power as a multi-billion-dollar tech firm. This fundamentally redefines who can innovate and how fast. So Kimi K2's openness is a game-changer for AI democratization. But how does it actually achieve these world-class capabilities? To truly appreciate its impact, we need to understand a bit about what's under the hood. Let's peel back the layers and dig into its technical architecture.
Absolutely. The key is its mixture of experts, or MoE, design. Think of it like a highly specialized team. Instead of one massive brain trying to do everything, Kimi K2 has 64 distinct expert mini-brains.
64? Wow.
Yeah. When you give it a task, it smartly activates only the two most relevant experts, just 32 billion parameters for that specific problem.
Okay, so only 2 out of the 64 are actually working at any given time.
That's right. This intelligent selection makes it incredibly efficient, despite its colossal overall knowledge base, keeping computation and memory usage closer to a much smaller model.
That's incredibly clever for efficiency. What other architectural features allow it to perform at such a high level?
Another groundbreaking feature is its enormous 128,000 token context window.
128K, that's huge.
It really is. To put that into perspective, that's equivalent to the length of a full novel or perhaps a stack of 100 corporate reports. It means Kimi K2 can process and understand very long inputs without losing coherence, which is crucial for real-world business documents.
Definitely needed for, say, legal contracts or long research papers.
Exactly. And critically, to train this immense model, they engineered novel techniques, including a custom mu-and-clip optimizer. Now, without diving deep into the neural network weeds, what this means for you is that these innovations make the model incredibly stable and reliable, even when dealing with massive data sets, which translates directly into a more robust and dependable AI product for your enterprise.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, that context window is impressive, but you mentioned agentic capabilities. That sounds like it goes beyond just being smart. Expert, what exactly do we mean by that? Does this model truly have a mind of its own, or is that overstating it?
Well, it's less about a mind of its own and more about intentional action. Kimi K2 wasn't just trained to predict text, it was trained to perform multi-step tasks using tools and taking actions.
Right.
Think of it less like a sophisticated search engine and more like a highly intelligent assistant who, given a goal, can figure out the steps, use different apps or databases, and execute on its own. That's what we call agentic capabilities, and it's a defining feature.
So it's designed to not just know information, but to do things autonomously. That sounds incredibly powerful for workflows.
Precisely. And its standout capabilities are impressive. For advanced reasoning and coding, Kimi K2 achieved 65.8% on SW Bench, a key coding benchmark.
And how does that stack up?
To give you context, GPT-4 hit around 44.7% on the same test.
Yeah.
This means Kimi K2 can write, debug, and even translate code with remarkable accuracy. On math problems, it scored an impressive 97.4% on the Math 500 test, indicating it can tackle college-level math and formal logic proofs.
Wow. That's near perfect on the math.
It's very strong. Regarding long context understanding, that 128,000 token window truly sets it apart. Anthropic's Claude offers up to 100K, but at a much higher cost, and OpenAI's GPT-4 maxes out at 32K for most users. This is absolutely crucial for reviewing lengthy contracts, research papers, or internal documentation.
Yeah, that 32K limit can be painful sometimes.
Exactly. And for agentic tool use, it can autonomously browse the web, execute code, query databases, or control environments within a single conversation. One reviewer even described it as your Linux terminal with a brain, because it can carry out commands and scripts to achieve complex goals.
Your Linux terminal with a brain. It's a truly vivid analogy and highlights its practical power. Moonshot released 2 variants of Kimi K2. Kimi K2 Base, which is the raw pre-trained model for researchers and fine-tuning, and Kimi's K2 Instruct, which is instruction-tuned and ready for chat and interactive use right out of the box. Now, in this increasingly dynamic open-source AI ecosystem, how does Kimi K2 position itself amongst the competition? Where does it really stand?
It's making a significant splash, and its arrival is reshaping the competitive landscape. The OpenAI model scene is growing rapidly, with major players like Meta's Llama series, Alibaba's Qwen, DeepSeek, Baidu's Ernie, and Tencent's LLMs all vying for attention.
Lots of players out there.
Definitely. What's truly noteworthy, and something that should grab any executive's attention, is that roughly 1/5 of global AI users are already opting for Chinese open-source models like Kimi K2 and DeepSeek. This isn't just a niche, it's a significant portion of the market embracing these alternatives.
1/5. That's substantial. And this stands in stark contrast to prominent closed-source competitors like OpenAI's GPT-4, Anthropic's Claude, and Google's Gemini. While powerful, these models are proprietary, often come with high usage costs, and famously lack transparency regarding their inner workings, which can be a significant hurdle for enterprises.
That's a key point. Moonshot's strategic position with Kimi K2 is being called a geopolitical statement. It signals that cutting-edge AI is no longer exclusive to Silicon Valley firms. Chinese AI labs can produce models that directly rival or even surpass the best from OpenAI or Google, and do so on an open platform.
A geopolitical statement, huh? Interesting framing.
Yeah, and consider this. Right after Kimi K2's launch, OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman notably delayed their own planned open model release, citing safety concerns. Many analysts interpret this as Western firms playing catch-up in the open-source race.
Playing catch-up, that's a strong claim.
Well, the timing was certainly suggestive. Early user feedback for Kimi K2 has been very positive, with figures like Pietro Sciarrano trusting Kimi K2 for production due to its reliability and tool-based tasks, a strong real-world endorsement for a new model.
So what does this all mean for you as a business leader? Let's pivot to the tangible benefits, the real value proposition for businesses considering Kimi K2.
The value proposition is incredibly compelling, especially when you look at the numbers. Firstly, the cost savings and ROI are massive. Kimi K2 is free to use via open source download or their web app.
Free if you run it yourself, basically.
Right. But even Moonshot's optional API is dramatically cheaper than competitors, over 80% cheaper. For example, enterprise API pricing for Kimi K2 is about FIMO's 0.15 per million input tokens compared to $2 for GPT-4.
15 cents versus $2.
Exactly. And for output tokens, Kimi K2 is 2.50 SEK per million versus $8 for GPT-4.
That's not just a big difference. That's potentially freeing up millions annually to invest in even more AI initiatives, isn't it?
Precisely. At scale, these savings can completely redefine your budget for AI. Then there's the critical benefit of no vendor lock-in and greater control. Deploying Kimi K2 on premises or in a private cloud means you aren't reliant on a single vendor, mitigating risks like sudden pricing changes or service outages.
Yeah, that lock-in is a real worry.
It is, and crucially, for highly regulated industries like finance and healthcare, you maintain absolute data ownership and privacy because sensitive data never has to leave your secure environment for an API call. You also gain the ability to audit the model's behavior, which closed models simply don't permit.
And the customizability aspect you mentioned earlier must be a game changer for companies trying to build truly unique AI solutions. What does that really mean for a business executive?
It means you're no longer stuck with a one-size-fits-all AI. Because Kimi K2 is open, you can fine-tune it on your own domain-specific data, think legal documents, proprietary medical texts, or detailed customer service logs.
Your own secret sauce, essentially.
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. This process significantly boosts performance and allows you to create a unique, tailored AI solution that precisely understands your business's nuances, unlike proprietary models. This differentiation can provide a real competitive edge, embedding AI in a way that truly serves your specific needs.
Okay, I see.
Furthermore, its agentic tool use translates into end-to-end automation. Kimi K2 can drive complex, multi-step workflows autonomously, saving immense time and enabling entirely new services. Imagine automating report generation, where the AI pulls data from disparate systems, runs analyses, and compiles results.
Right. Instead of just summarizing text, it gets the data.
Exactly. Or in customer support, an AI agent could not only converse, but also reschedule flights or process refunds autonomously.
So it moves beyond just answering questions to actually doing complex tasks, becoming a genuine force multiplier for teams.
Exactly. And this naturally leads to improved ROI through accelerated innovation. Its open availability means your R&D teams can experiment and prototype with a top-tier model instantly without procurement delays or budget gatekeepers.
So no waiting for approvals or huge upfront costs for experimenting.
Right. The open source community itself becomes an extension of your R&D, with improvements and new applications shared publicly, leading to a lower total cost of ownership and a continuously improving model that benefits from global collaboration.
That paints a powerful picture of strategic advantage. Let's get practical now. Where can businesses really apply Kimi K2 in the real world across various industries and functions? Give us some tangible examples.
Okay. The applications are incredibly broad, touching almost every part of a business. In software development and IT automation, Kimi K2 acts as an elite AI coding assistant. It can fix bugs, generate complex code snippets, and even refactor legacy code, for example, converting a Python Flask application to Rust and then benchmarking its performance.
It can benchmark its own code conversion.
Yeah, it's not just suggesting code, it's testing and validating outcomes.
So it's not merely a suggestion engine, it's an active participant in the development cycle. That's a huge leap.
Precisely. For data analysis and business intelligence, Kimi K2's long context and analytical reasoning make it a powerful AI data analyst. It can ingest large data sets like CSV files or database dumps within its impressive 128,000 token limit, and then produce sophisticated analyses, everything from violin plots and bar charts to conducting ANOVA tests.
ANOVA tests, okay, that's proper stats.
And even generating interactive HTML dashboards. This means secure, in-house analysis of sensitive data, leading to faster, deeper insights without sending anything to a third-party API.
And what about customer service? We always hear about AI chatbots, but Kimi K2 sounds like it can do more.
It elevates customer service beyond simple conversations. Kimi K2 can power advanced chatbots that don't just converse but take action. Imagine a customer asking to reschedule a flight and book a hotel for new dates. With Kimi K2, the agent could autonomously search, change the booking, find a hotel, and confirm all within that single interaction.
That's a massive step up from I can answer FAQs.
Huge step. It dramatically improves customer experience, reduces human agent workload, and turns a chatbot into a true service agent.
And for knowledge management, especially in highly specialized fields.
With its huge context window and reasoning capabilities, Kimi K2 can be an incredible internal knowledge base or research aid. Legal firms, for example, could fine-tune it on their entire case law library to quickly find relevant precedents and draft preliminary arguments. Pharma companies or R&D departments could have it synthesize trends and insights from decades of research papers. Because it can retain and reference a very large context, it provides very detailed and source-linked answers, which is absolutely critical in professional settings where accuracy matters.
Accuracy and source linkage are key there, definitely.
Absolutely. We're seeing industry-specific applications too. Financial services firms are testing it for automating complex report generation and enhancing risk models. Saudi Aramco is deploying it on-site for operations optimization.
On-site, so they run it themselves for security.
Exactly. Healthcare companies are fine-tuning it for medical literature analysis to support diagnostics or drug discovery. Even in education, it can act as a personalized tutor or provide nuanced essay feedback.
And for startups trying to compete with giants, Kimi K2 must be a huge equalizer.
It truly is a boon. Kimi K2 levels the playing field by allowing startups to integrate cutting-edge AI features at a fraction of the cost. They can build highly differentiated products that challenge larger incumbents who are still reliant on expensive, closed models. One founder even noted it's the first model he feels comfortable using in production since Claude 3.5, praising its reliability in tool-based tasks.
That's high praise indeed.
It is, for a relatively new player.
Now, with great power, as they say, comes great responsibility. What are the inherent challenges and limitations that businesses need to watch out for when considering Kimi K2? No technology is a silver bullet, after all.
Exactly, and it's important to be eyes wide open. First, high computational demands. While efficient for its size, running a 1 trillion parameter model optimally requires significant GPU hardware. We're talking multiple A100 or H100 cards with substantial VRAM and system RAM.
Right. This isn't running on a laptop.
Not even close. This isn't a lightweight app you can run on an old server. It can be a major infrastructure cost that differs from simply paying an API fee to a provider.
So it's a serious investment in hardware.
Indeed. Second, technical expertise and support. Adopting an open source model means you need in-house machine learning engineering expertise for deployment, optimization, and troubleshooting. There isn't a dedicated support line like with a proprietary service.
You're on your own, basically.
You're responsible for the stack, which means building or hiring the right team. Third, hallucinations and accuracy issues. Like all large language models, Kimi K2 can, and sometimes will, hallucinate factual errors. While top tier, it still requires human review and verification, especially for critical applications. You can't just set it and forget it.
Got it. Trust but verify.
Always. And content safety, that's a critical concern for public-facing applications or internal use with sensitive data.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Alignment and content safety are key. Kimi K2, being open source, may be more permissive in its default guardrails compared to heavily filtered closed models. Enterprises must implement their own content filtering and usage policies to prevent inappropriate or harmful outputs and comply with evolving regulatory requirements.
You need to build your own safety layers.
Essentially, yes. Fourth, it currently lacks multimodal capabilities. Kimi K2 is text-only. It doesn't natively process images, audio, or video, which limits direct use cases in those areas without integrating additional systems or models.
Okay, so text in, text out for now.
Yeah.
Are there any limitations in terms of the types of tasks it excels at or where it might stumble?
Yes. While incredibly powerful, Kimi K2 can sometimes stumble on fuzzy or abstract reasoning. It performs better when you design workflows with multi-step planning or agent loops, rather than trying to solve complex problems with a single, one-shot prompt.
So you need to guide it more on complex stuff.
You might need to build a framework around it that allows it to break tasks into steps and iterate. This leads directly to the next point: tool dependency and integration. While it has impressive agentic capabilities, you, the implementer, are responsible for connecting those external tools securely and safely, and this requires significant engineering effort.
Right. The Linux terminal with a brain needs its commands hooked up safely.
Precisely. Lastly, there are evolving regulatory and compliance concerns. Open models raise nuanced questions about data protection, copyright, and dual-use technology. Companies must stay abreast of legal responsibilities. And finally, perception and trust. Some executives might be skeptical of an open-source solution compared to established vendor products, which means you might need to invest in education and build robust internal proof of concept.
That's a comprehensive look at the challenges. Let's bring it all together now. What are the strategic implications for business executives considering Kimi K2, and what are some concrete next steps for potentially adopting it?
Kimi K2's strategic relevance is immense. It accelerates the democratization of AI, significantly reduces vendor dependence, and fosters internal innovation, particularly crucial for industries handling sensitive data.
Less reliance on big tech, more internal power.
Exactly. It allows companies to weave advanced AI capabilities more deeply into their fabric, from product development and customer service to HR and R&D. The ability to fine-tune on internal proprietary data for specific tasks, like legal case law or confidential financial reports, brings unique, competitive value that's hard to achieve with off-the-shelf models.
So if I'm a business executive, weighing these opportunities and challenges, what should my actionable plan be? What are the first few steps?
First, start with a pilot project. Identify a low-risk, high-impact internal use case, perhaps automating report writing or developing an internal IT support bot. This allows you to build proof of concept and critical internal know-how without betting the farm.
Start small, prove the value.
Right. Second, evaluate vendors and partners. While Kimi K2 is open source, Moonshot AI offers a paid API that's dramatically cheaper than competitors, and cloud providers might offer managed services in the future. Consider what deployment model fits your risk appetite and existing infrastructure.
Okay, assess the deployment options.
Third, conduct a formal risk assessment and mitigation plan. Focus on data security, model behavior, and regulatory compliance, assigning clear mitigation strategies to each potential risk. Don't skip this.
Plan for the risks upfront. Makes sense. And what about those hardware needs we discussed earlier, especially if a pilot succeeds?
That's infrastructure planning, the fourth step. If your pilot succeeds, plan for scaling. This means budgeting strategically for GPU servers or cloud-reserved instances and setting up robust MLOps pipelines for any future fine-tuning, updates, or new deployments.
Get the tech foundation ready.
Yeah. Fifth, invest in training and change management. You'll need to upskill an AI platform team within your organization and educate end users to set correct expectations and foster adoption. Remember, technology adoption often comes down to people.
It's our key.
Always. Finally, continuously monitor the ecosystem. Open source AI is incredibly fast-moving. Track new versions, community findings, and developments from Moonshot AI and other players to maintain a competitive edge. This isn't a one-and-done decision.
Stay plugged in. Got it.
The truly provocative thought here for any business leader is this. The competitive advantage in AI might rapidly shift from owning the best proprietary model to how cleverly and effectively you use widely accessible, top-tier, open-source AI.
So it's about the application, not just the model itself.
Exactly. This means established businesses need to be agile, and proactive engagement with open-source AI, embracing models like Kimi K2, is absolutely key to thriving in this new landscape. The best solution might increasingly be a download from GitHub.
Thank you for joining the podcast, and see you soon.